Okay, so Gareth, go ahead and give us a recap of what happened last week.
Everybody died.
I know it kind of sucked.
Not
Yeah,
in the
we
party
we
though.
party wiped and we've got to restart. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my god.
All right, so we had an encounter with the Minotaur. All right, started there.
Yeah,
Had a nice little chat with them. Partway through
yeah.
the night, we get ambushed by a group of ogres and gnolls, and the party is split because I've taken one of the NPCs we have down and to inspect the wagon.
Yes.
And at that point, we get it. My party, my two man party, gets attacked by one ogre and two gnolls.
Hmm.
The main party up at the camp gets attacked by one ogre and was it three gnolls?
Yeah, I think so.
All
And
right.
all of these guys are members of Non the Quiet's raiding parties.
Yes, they were.
Yeah.
So we decided to educate them. I guess is a good way to put that.
Okay.
And we offered the two surviving gnolls of my encounter got the option to surrender and possibly live through the night.
Okay.
And so chained them up, and then we brought them back to the camp and started the questioning process.
They were beautifully played by Ian and Mason, by the way.
Yes, such fun little characters. It's a shame they had to die.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, not necessarily a shame they had to die, but
And anything else?
we found out where Non the Quiet has a base per se, and it is in the direction that we're heading in, which is the Valley of what was the name of it?
Crow's Valley.
Crow's Valley.
Yeah, Is it Crow Valley or Crow's Valley?
I feel like it'd be interchangeable.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, and that is the direction you all are heading in now. Is that correct?
Currently, yes.
Okay, perfect.
On the road again.
So, that is right. The road less traveled. So, you guys are on the road. It is late morning, early afternoon. The road has been pretty quiet now. The further away you get from Browning, the less you see. From time to time, as you go, you can see houses or huts or small campgrounds off to the side, farther off of the road, but it's sparse with people. There's not many, if any at all. Every now and then you may see a cabin or a home that has smoke coming out of the chimney. Farmers doing their things, peasants doing their thing. But beyond that, it is pretty boring. So I will leave this as a time for you guys to talk, communicate if that's something that you want to do. If not, we can move right along to the next destination.
I feel like already had some good conversations on the road last week's.
Okay.
With, fuck, what's Joe's character?
Rohan?
Rohan, yeah.
Yeah.
So if anyone wants to take center stage and talk, feel free.
Anybody?
I think I'd just be having a conversation with whoever was next to me.
That would be, let's see here. Who's sitting next to you right now? That would be Rohan. No, Adacro.
Adacro?
Yeah,
Yeah, that'll
Adacro's riding next to you.
That'll work.
Adacro is like sleeping on his horse. He's so bored.
Every now and again, I'll throw a question at him to see if he's responsive. If he's not responsive, I'll just I'll have like a little switch,
Yeah.
and I'll just reach over and smack him, and then just look away.
So if you're asking questions, I just go into a trance. I don't actually sleep. So I would probably answer your question and then go back to the trance.
So here is the riding order. It
Wait,
is.
you would answer any question because you're just bouncing in and out of trance?
It might not be the answer you're looking for, but I'll answer a question.
Oh hell, I will be prying into your history.
Voldasaris, you are in between Lawrence and Rohan and Baruch and Adikro. And Edelbrim and Koch, you guys bring up the rear.
I'm just riding along on my
Okay.
lady.
Okay. Gareth and Nick, you may continue unless there wasn't anything else, and then we'll move on.
I'd just be like prying into his background and what he's done in the past.
Okay. Nick, are these questions that you would answer, or would you be vague with them?
It depends on what specifically the question is. I think
Well,
Adacro would just answer whatever he wanted,
Okay.
whether it was the truth or not.
Well, let's go into that for a minute, Gareth. What kind of questions are you asking him?
I'd start out with, so how'd you end up being a man of the streets?
I fell out of a tree.
I'm going to wait till you go back into your trance. I'm going to smack you with that branch.
If you don't stop hitting me with that fucking branch.
There's a fly, man, I swear. So, what's the best thing you have ever stolen?
It's kind of a matter of opinion. I don't steal for the thing. I steal for the enjoyment of stealing.
I understand that, but come on, you got to have a good story.
Oh, there's lots of good stories.
Are you guys looking at each other when you're talking, or Gareth, are you paying more attention to the road?
I'm because of my upbringing and the fact that I've been constantly at war my entire life.
Uh-huh.
It's second nature for me to scan around, even if I am having a conversation.
Got it. So you're doing more scanning, less paying attention to Nick specifically, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Adacro's eyes are closed. He's letting his horse do the driving.
Right on. Okay, Gareth, I'll give you 2 more questions.
All right. So, do you have any family?
You guys, I guess, now.
What the hell was that?
I think we all know what that was.
All right.
Someone in the audience answer in the comments who you thought that was.
Oh my god. Well, it's the cackle that came out of you.
I can't hear my own fucking mic.
Everybody appreciates a good fart joke.
I
Okay,
think that was a
Gareth,
joke.
That's what it
I
was,
like
Tim.
some shit in his pants.
2 more questions.
2 more questions. All right.
2 more.
Um,
Jesus.
so, if I were to take you back to town and turn you in for your reward, how long before you get back out of jail?
Whenever I feel like getting out.
All right.
Last one.
When we're done with this, you're aware that I am going to take you and turn you in for your reward, right? And
That's
I'm going
fine. I
to I'm going
they're
to
all
unroll that
time
paper
anyway.
and I'm going to hold it out to him.
Is it specifically the one that I drew on?
Yes.
Sweet, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna draw a little more on it and then I'm gonna give it back to him. This time it'll have 2 eye patches.
Oh my god. Okay. So, Sean, as you're riding, Rohan, you're up front too. Voldasaris, you're in between the lower half of the group. Clouds are starting to come in. It looks like it will be rain before midday. So there is
Yeah.
that.
Has my Falcon come back from Crow Valley yet, or is it still
Not yet. No.
Oh.
No. You don't expect it back at least until the next day because of the amount of distance that it would have to fly.
Gosh, you guys.
But with that, the party travels on the road. More and more, it's more field, more forest, less homes. things like that, until it just kind of all fades away. Around that time is when the first droplets of rain start to hit, and then within a couple of minutes, it starts to become a downpour. So you guys are getting positively soaked as you ride. Edelbrim, Koch, I would assume this is kind of welcoming for you guys. The rest, maybe not so much.
Oh no, this is perfect. My guy's going to throw his hood back, and he's literally going to be scratching his scalp and basically washing himself. And
Okay.
you'll see like little rivulets of
I,
dried whatever as it's coming off.
I was
Go
gonna
ahead.
say, could the moss and the flowers and stuff on my cloak be kind of like blossoming a little bit more,
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. No, all
except in
kinds
the
of
rain?
colors. Yeah, the moss is getting very green. The little flowers are sprouting up. It looks beautiful. Um, midday comes and goes. The rest of the travel is less than stellar, but Sean, not too far ahead is a small town, and that is like the last vestige of civilization before it's another full day's travel before you get to Crow's Valley.
Hmm. Okay, I'll let everyone know that.
Okay.
That get comfortable.
Okay, so moving right along, you come over the crest of this hill. You can already kind of see the smoke and stuff from the chimneys and things like that, and you come to this small town called Jordan.
And my hood goes up.
Okay. And if somebody wants to put that in Dharma's bullshit, go ahead. Otherwise, I will do it. But yeah, it's a small town. It's not super huge, right? Buildings are made of stone, so it's not completely out of present day. But there's no major buildings. It's a lot of grass top huts kind of thing, or thatch roofs, stone buildings, the muddy streets now because of the rain, wooden buildings, things of that nature. Think of something like the Old West. Uh, like this is the last stop for civilization. However, as you come over the crest of the hill, you do notice that there's less townspeople out and more uh, raiders, right? Non the Quiet's raiders are all over this town. Joe, give me perception check, and Sean, give me perception check real quick. All right.
21.
Joe, what about you?
One sec.
Nope, no worries. 14.
21
Okay,
or 14, yeah.
perfect. Both of you see it. There's a lot of ogres, a lot of goblins, some human raiders, quite a few gnolls, and 3 of the ogres are riding boulets. They're coming in one way or the other.
Of course, you
gentlemen.
would bring those in.
I will kind of signal the rest of the group, like, keep your head down. Don't make too much trouble here. Let's figure out the situation before we move in on anything.
Okay. Are you guys going to continue to ride in? God almighty.
Oh no, is that a yes or a no? I'm not
I-
sure.
Crom's not here.
I'm going to take that as a yes. Jeez. Okay. The ride down
That was
is
a fucking
wet,
10, boys.
right? It is wet and slippery. There's mud everywhere. And as you're coming down, 5 human raiders are standing right at the entrance to the town. There's no gate or anything. It's just open road on both ends. But they're standing there. Their furs are soaked. They are soaked, but they have their black handkerchiefs covering their from nose down, and they're holding spears and stuff. And two of them step in front, and they go, "Oh, ho, ho, whoa!"
I'm gonna straighten up a little bit, look down at them, grab the front of my cowl, and fling my hood back.
They don't show too much surprise at that. They're more looking at Lawrence right at the moment.
Can I slip off my horse and try to sneak around them?
You could give it a try, but this is wide open space.
That's fine. That's fine.
All right, let's give it a shot.
17.
Sure. So how are you going to do that? How are you going to try and make yourself less conspicuous and then move
So
around?
I would imagine as we rode up, we kind of all lined out, and if there's only 5 of them, I'm just gonna try to hold my horse back a little bit
Mhm.
and slip off. And when I see him flip his hood off and they turn their vision that way, I'm just gonna dart behind him.
Dart behind the raiders?
Yes,
Are you going into town, or what are you going to do?
I'm just gonna be behind him for a minute.
Got it. Okay. Lawrence, as you see their eyes shift over to Baruch, and then they shift back to you, that's when you see Atticrow kind of working his way around. And the one of the raiders looks to you and he goes, "State your business in Nonstown."
Could I quickly roll a history check to see who's usually in charge of this town?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. I think I have somebody will also help me with this. When you make an intelligence check related to local customs, culture, or tradition, you have advantage on the roll.
Yeah,
does
go
that
for it.
work? Okay, cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you especially, because, I mean, you know a lot of this area.
Okay,
This
so
this is like on the border of the Western Front.
God damn. All right, 15. Wait, so hold on. Is this usually like in my like family's purview?
No.
Okay.
So with your history check, this particular town, the town of Jordan, is not under your family's control or protection. This is the last vestige of kingdom controlled stuff.
Okay.
And oh, go ahead.
So there's like maybe like a mayor or a baron, but they directly report to
To the
throne.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a magistrate. It's
Gotcha.
not even a baron or anything like that. It's just some dude, some sheriff that got thrown in this town to take care of it and maintain it. It's a small place. Generally, you know that they put people toward the end of their careers here.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be a quiet place, and in more ways than one, it now is.
Sorry, I keep fucking bumping in my
Yeah.
damn mic. My bad.
That's okay.
I will I'll lie to them and I will say that we are we're just a band of mercenaries. We took a job with the Webermans and our contract has expired, so we are moving to hopefully more lucrative grounds in Hammerfell. We hear
With-
that the dwarves have much need for soldiers at the moment.
And you did not think to ask Non for his permission?
Quite frankly, I did not expect Non to be so far into the Avorian territory. I understand that the queen is quite ineffective, but, well, I may be gave her too much credit.
He's warming up to what you're saying. Give me persuasion real quick. Real low at 11.
Alright.
Oh,
Ooh, a
yeah.
crit!
Fuck yeah, this guy's eating every word you say. And at this point, Nick, if you're going to sneak off or whatever you're going to do, the opportunity is open.
So I'm gonna just try to find somewhere to hide close by. That way, if things go south, I'm ready to do what I need to do.
Well, they're right on the edge of town, so if you move to the left or to the right, there are buildings and spaces in between. that you
Yeah,
could
okay.
move through.
That'd be where I go.
Okay.
Is it there like a gate to the town, or is it
No,
just
no gate. It's open road.
okay? Yeah. So I would
This,
just kind of duck behind like either the first bush or building or something I can
yeah,
see where I can still hear everything.
this is like a 2-horse town. It's very small. Okay, but yeah, so the five guys have gathered around. They're listening to you. They're like, "So, tell us, why'd your contract expire? Why'd you let it expire?"
I will smirk and I'll be like, the Webermen speak of their endless fortune, but quite frankly, I believe they're borrowing on credit for the most part. I didn't really expect them to be able to fully pay us out. And with the way things are going in Averis, and perhaps a civil war looming on the horizon, I want to look for ventures that are a little bit safer of a gamble.
This would be good information for Non. The
Hmm.
Webermans, they're not as rich as we thought they were. Interesting. Okay. Well, yeah. So come on in, man. The bar is open. The town is ours. If there's anything you need, just let us know.
Do you perhaps have a commanding officer? I would love to exchange some words on what has been going on in the general area.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And he points over to one of the ogres on the boulets, like, you can talk to that guy.
Okay. Hmm. All right. I, I will. I'll gesture for everyone to start just following me to town. We'll go to the bar, and like, if I can, I'll try to like fall back a little bit so that we can like
Mhm.
at least kind of talk in hushed tones.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Um, how many people are here? Like roughly, like
So are you looking for the raiders specifically, or
yeah.
like the townsfolk? Because there
I
are
mean,
townsfolk walking
I,
around.
I guess both, but mostly the Raiders.
So from what you see right now, you definitely see the three ogres on the boulets. Um, you see a fair amount of goblins milling about, either standing next to horse troughs or on the outside of buildings, catcalling to men and women as they walk by, taking things from them. Uh, what the hell is that?
There's an ogre, dude.
God almighty.
Apparently.
There are gnolls doing street patrols and checking in between buildings, things of that nature. There are less human raiders than there are monsters per se.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. But the three boulets are very evident. They are you can tell that they are out there to be seen.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So overwhelming odds for
There's a
even
lot of them. Yeah.
yeah. Hmm. But yeah, I'll just kind of like fall in line, and if I can hush down, like hold your line. Try not to start any trouble. Worst comes to worst, we'll just camp outside of town for the night.
Does everybody agree?
Rohan is going to say, "Are we seriously going to stay near this camp?"
Well, right now they don't view us as enemies. They view us as potential
I
allies.
view them as enemies.
Well, that is great, Rohan. You can start taking them on all by yourself. Go on.
I'll look at Rohan and say, I'd wait until better opportunities present themselves. One at a time with a group this large is smarter. Wait till one of them goes to the bathroom.
He's like, listen, I understand. As a son of Averis, the very sight of these disgusts me. But I am not about to throw my life away to battle half 100 men in the middle of some podunk town miles away from my home.
Rohan will just relax and just observe the scenery.
Mm.
He's not gonna try and do anything or anything like that. He's just gonna relax and just sort of take in the sights, I guess.
Okay. All right. So, Sean, where are you taking them to? You're taking them to the tavern?
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, the tavern is called the Little Boulder, and its namesake is in front of the building itself. So the way the town is set up, you got the main road that goes through, and you've got the buildings on either side with the wooden walkways to keep people out of the mud and stuff like that. And right in front of the door to the Little Boulder is a boulder about this big, sitting at the front of the door with an arrow pointing down to it.
How big, Kimmy?
About this big.
Not that big.
Yeah, about this big. About the size of a human head.
I wouldn't call that a boulder.
They do.
Just a little boulder, man.
That's right. Okay, so you guys are led there. Lawrence, from there, what are you going to do? Are you going to go in with them, or are you going to go ahead to go talk to one of those ogres?
I'm gonna board like my pony and just go into the tavern, relax for a minute. I don't really have any deep desire to immediately go talk to him.
Got it. Okay, we'll stop there for a moment, and Nick, we will go to you.
Okay.
All right. So, Atticrow, you have successfully snuck away. Your horse is being led further in by Baruch. And you are now in between the first and second buildings in Jordan.
Okay. If I see, I'm gonna wait for their conversation, and when I see them start to come in,
Mhm.
I'm gonna try to Jackie Chan myself up to the roof, and then follow along the roofs.
Let's get some dexterity going.
Dexterity, how about acrobatics?
That works even better.
21.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Easy enough. Up the roof you go. Now, the roofs are kind of angled like so. They go up
Okay.
and they go down. And that's on all four corners, right? So it's
Okay.
corner 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you can walk along the back end, but give me perception check real quick.
Perception. 17.
Yeah, so as soon as you get up on the roof, you know that there's a fair number of them in between the two sets of buildings, right on the main road and stuff like that. Looking over to your left, in whatever is outside of the town, there are people doing perimeter checks, but they are not paying attention to the roofs. They're more interested in whatever else has their attention at the moment.
Okay. So I'll kind of keep that in mind and
Mhm.
try to keep tabs of like how many groups I see and how big the groups are.
Okay.
And if they're paying particular attention to certain areas, I'll try to keep that in mind too. Basically what I would do when I get to a new town is kind of case the place. So,
Got it. Okay, so as you are moving through, you definitely notice the three ogres on the boule.
okay.
That is for certain. As far as human raiders, you have only seen the 5 so far. So you know that isn't exact. Goblins, roll me a 10-sider.
10-sider coming in.
Yeah. You
2.
count 2 outside at the moment that you can see.
Okay.
And then roll a 10-sider again for some gnolls. And you
9.
count 9 of those.
It's a lot of gnolls.
Yeah, quite a few. This is all just what you can see. 2 of the gnolls are out doing the perimeter check, and they're more interested in shooting their bow and arrow at whatever is off in the forest. Like, they're not
Okay.
even doing their job. They're just fucking around.
Sounds typical.
Yeah. So, okay. The rain is beaten down. You can move along.
Yeah, I'm gonna just kind of try to follow along where they're going along the rooftops. And
Okay.
if I see them headed towards the bar, is this also the inn again?
Yeah, it's also the inn. You can smell the food. You can smell the fire cooking, or
Sweet.
the fire going, and yeah.
When I get to that roof, I'm gonna sneak into a window and then come down and meet them in the bar.
Athletics one more time.
Okay. Athletics or acrobatics?
Or acrobatics, yeah, I'm sorry.
25.
Easy enough. You get to the roof before the tavern, the little boulder, and you notice that the one window on the second floor is unlocked. It's easy enough for you to just jump right over, pop it open, and climb in.
Okay, that's first, before I go anywhere, is anybody in the room?
No.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go in. Is this room being used, though?
High or low, sir?
Hi.
No, it's not being used.
Okay, then I'm just gonna go down the stairs and sit at a table like I've been there all day.
Okay. Lawrence and the rest of you guys, when you walk in, there is Atticro seated at a table, drenched, waiting for you.
I'll have a drink in my hand already. I don't know where I got it, but I have it.
Oh, fair enough.
I'm gonna wave at him.
I'll look at him and I'll be like, "Did you get our rooms yet?"
What? I don't have any money.
I'm just going to look at him, kind of nod my head, and head straight to the bar.
Fair enough. Rohan, Voldasaris?
I'm just going to find a place to sit where my back is not to the door, and just keep an eye on that front door.
Okay.
I'll pass the drink that I'm holding over to Rohan.
There you
I think
go.
you need this.
Gladly accept it and watch that front door.
Voldasaris, what about you?
Voldasaris, how? So of what Atacro could see, there was 9 gnolls, basically surveying the perimeter, if you will. How much acknowledgement do you think that they gave a hooded, standard human-looking person?
0.
A horse.
They gave little acknowledgement to Baruch flipping his hood off. They gave less to you.
Okay. Getting off the horse. Getting off the horse, I use Mask of Many Faces and change my resemblance to look as a gnoll.
Okay.
Still cloaked, still hooded.
Okay.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe
Are you going in the bar, or are you gonna wander?
no.
around?
I'm gonna hang out outside. I'm gonna wander up to a small little group of those already seen gnolls, and I'm gonna begin talking to them as if I am, I guess, a superior of that group.
Okay. There are some gnolls across the street, about 3 of them, and they're just kind of sitting there talking.
And as I walk up, I say, "What are you sitting? Why are you sitting for?"
They jump up real quick and stand, and then kind of settle back for a minute and go, "Who are you?" Give me
You
a
don't know who I am.
persuasion.
Run. You say roll persuasion?
Yeah, persuasion.
Okay.
What do we got there? A 12.
That's perception, dragon.
Oh, yeah. Persuasion.
I thought I hit. I did not hit it.
Your perception's pretty good. Bless you. So go ahead. What are you going to say?
I said, if you don't know who I am, then you need to go ask some of your other friends. Because I am here to tell you that you need to be out going north and gathering as many of your buddies as you can, because there is disturbance in that direction.
He stands a little straighter and the other two guys behind him are confused, but he seems to be pretty solid in his stance, and he goes, "North, huh? That where we need to go?" I'll let you try persuasion one more time. Go ahead, Ace. What do you got to say to him?
I detect a tone in your voice. When I say north, you should have already been gone.
He stands up a little straighter and he goes, "I'm sorry. I apologize. North, you said? There's a disturbance? What kind of disturbance? What do we need to be looking for?"
You'll know when you get there. You grab as many of these other men and go north.
The ogres might disagree with that, sir. We're supposed to guard the town.
Just the gnolls. Just us.
Very well. And he says, "Come on." And he takes the other three and they take off.
Boldaceres removes Mask of Many Faces when they are far enough away, and puts back to the resemblance of the face of normal humanoid as he rolled in.
Okay.
And goes into the bar.
Okay. In the bar you go. Excuse me. All right. So, inside the bar. Sean, what are you doing?
I will probably just grab a drink and begin reading, overlooking the patrons there, see if I can notice anything in particular that would be useful in the situation.
Yeah,
Stuff like
so the bartender is human and he looks terrified. He's relieved to see you and the rest of your party. He kind of gives a sideward glance to Baruch and Koch, but the rest of you he does not. As you're walking in, Adacro's handing his drink to Rohan. Them two are sitting down. There are other raiders in here, and they go quiet when you come in, and they watch you for a minute before going back to whatever it is they were doing before. Gareth, give me perception check, please. But the bartender is standing there. It's an older man, thin, long white hair. Okay, nothing. And he looks to you and he goes, "Relic bless you, my sir. What can I get for you today?"
You talking to me?
Talking to Lawrence.
that. Oh, sorry, my mic cut out for a second. Can you repeat that?
That's okay. Yeah, go ahead. Say it again.
I'll just take what's ever on tap. I'm not gonna be too picky about it, and I will. How many people are in the bar?
So with the raiders, there's about 7 of them.
Okay.
Give me a perception check. Doing a lot of that today.
19.
Yeah, they're playing dice.
Okay.
And somebody's losing money. But there are townsfolk in here. They are off away from the raiders. There is no music being played in the little boulder. However, there is a dying fire in the middle of where the fireplace is.
Is the bartender a member of the Raiders, or is he clearly a townsfolk?
He's townsfolk.
Okay. I will lay down a gold and I'll be like, "Drinks for my compatriots," and then I will slide another gold and I'll be like, "Just for you." For your
He'll take them. I greatly appreciate that. If you need anything, let me know. Rooms are available.
Where are their commanding officers staying?
He looks over to the side where the raiders are, and then looks back to you and he goes, "I don't quite know what you're talking about, sir. Maybe some dinner would be beneficial."
Yeah, for a second I did. Am I still transmitting?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. My earpiece went silent halfway through that.
Okay.
I will nod and I'll be like, "Dinner will be greatly appreciated."
Perfect. Meat and potatoes?
Sounds good.
Wonderful. I'll have it brought out post haste. And he turns around, starts getting drinks for you and your friends.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'll take
Go ahead.
I just say I was going to take a seat and wait.
Okay, perfect. Let's go with Edelbrim and Koch. What about you guys? What are you doing in here? Ian and Mason?
Koch probably just went up to the bar.
Okay. Are you asking for anything specific?
No, just sitting.
Oh, okay, just sitting there. Edelbrim, what about you?
I'll sit up at the bar with Koch and graciously accept the, I guess, ales. Would it
Yeah.
be for
Yeah.
poured for both of us?
You guys, with drinks passed around, you have tasted better ale, but it's not terrible. The food, however, smells very, very good. So, okay.
When
Go
our
ahead.
plates
Go ahead.
when our plates reach us, I'm going to give Koch more of the potatoes, and I'll take his meat from him.
Got it. Okay. Rohan, Adacro, Voldasaris, Baruch, what are you guys doing?
I said I was heading straight up to the bar.
Yeah. Okay. Lawrence is up there too. So it would be you four up there: Baruch, Lawrence, Edelbrim, and Koch. Rohan and Adacro, you two are seated together. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And Voldasaris, you're just now coming in, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I see the dice game from where I'm sitting?
Perception, real quick.
Coming up.
One perception coming up.
21.
Oh yeah, you can see the dice game going on.
Okay, and in particular, is there someone losing?
Yes.
Or someone getting upset?
Yes, very much so. Whenever any one of them loses anything, they get extremely mad.
So what I'm going to do is I want to take my mage hand, and when I roll the dice, I'm going to adjust the numbers on the dice to make a specific person keep losing.
Do you have to roll anything for that, or just
Sleight of hand?
Fair enough. All right, let's do it. So, hang on a second. We're gonna do this in real time.
Okay.
So they're rolling 20-siders, right? And it's basically highest number wins against the 5. And all their dice are loaded. So here's the guy's roll. He rolls a 7.
Nothing but a bunch of cheaters in here.
Yeah, very much so. You gonna
No,
try?
is this the guy that's already upset?
Yes. Yeah, that's
Okay.
the guy you're zeroed in on. He just rolled a 7.
Okay, and they're trying to go higher than what?
So he rolled first. If anybody can beat him, they win. Basically.
Okay, hold up.
Well, wait a minute. Everybody, throw it. Yeah. Okay. So everybody roll a 20-sider. You guys are the Raiders. We're playing dice right now.
All right.
Damn, Gareth.
I'm cheating, motherfucker.
Not you, Nick. You don't get to play.
Oh,
You're
okay.
fucking somebody up.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So, Gareth, Joe, are you gonna throw your dice in? You gonna roll 20-sider?
Yeah, I was just looking to see. Here we go.
Okay, so Gareth's Raider won that round. And the other guy slams his fist on the table. He's like, damn it! How do you keep winning?
I'm just lucky, I guess.
Maybe too lucky. Let's try that again.
By all means, put your money down.
He throws down a gold piece.
I'll match him.
Okay. Everybody else, the other Raiders? It's infinite money right now, so it doesn't matter. Just be conservative. All right, so he's going to roll.
I like the action. I'll throw another.
Okay. Now, Nick, if you want to fuck his number, go for it. Well, okay, you saw Gareth just get another a 19. Oh, shit.
I mean, if he's already losing, he's losing.
Well, Ace's Raider dropped a 1, and the whole table looks at him and starts cracking up laughing. The guy you're focused on didn't lose this round unless you
Okay.
change his dice.
So I already rolled a sleight of hand and got a nat 20. Does that
Oh.
count, or do you need me to roll it again?
No, you're good.
Okay, then I want to change his to a 1 as well.
Oh, okay. So he's sitting there pointing, laughing. He saw the 15, looked at everybody else's dice. Ace, your raider notices that my raider's dice is a 1 also. So he loses just as much as you. You can call him out on that if you want.
It's not much to laugh at here.
There he goes. What are you talking about? You got a 1. You lost everything. I didn't lose nothing. I got a... Wait a
He
minute.
just
At this point, my guy's going to point and laugh at him too.
He looks to you and he's like, what are you laughing at? You just won twice in a row. I think those dice are loaded.
I say we try one more time.
Come
Right on.
Your luck can't be that bad, damn it. And I'm going to drop 2 gold coins down on the table. Come
He
on,
goes,
make your money back.
Let's make it interesting. And he slams a dagger into the table with his raider handkerchief tied to it. If I win, I get your bed tonight. You sleep outside.
And if I win,
Then you can kill him. And he points to Ace's raider.
fine, but I'm taking your sword to do it.
All right, here we go. He's waiting for everybody else to roll.
Meh.
So, he's going to drop his. Nick, are you going to change it?
I mean, this is if Gareth wins, right?
Well,
Yeah,
Mason's,
if I win, yeah.
Mason's Raider just dropped a 20. Joe's Raider dropped a 19. Garrett's dropped a 7. And my Raider beat out his. Ace, roll yours. Oh, you did a 15. Yeah,
Okay.
so my Raider beat out Garrett's.
So what I'm gonna do, I got a 13.
That's good.
I'm gonna up Gareth to a 20.
So, okay, as the dice are rolling, everybody throws theirs. Mason, yours was a 22, was it not? Yeah.
Yeah.
You see Gareth's teeter on what did you have, Gareth?
A 7.
A 7. You see it teeter on a 7, and we all know the number 20 is nowhere near the fucking 7, and the dice just kind of flips and spins and lands perfectly on a 20. My Raider looks and he goes, see? I told you. You're fucking cheating.
My raider yells cheater and then attempts to stab Uncle's raider with the knife.
Oh man.
Mason,
I'm
you're
going
in
to
a...
pull that dagger out of the table, and I'm going to just try to defend myself with it.
There's a
I'm
power
already
struggle
doing it.
between the
Oh,
three
well,
of
then
you.
I'm going to pull my
Hey.
weapon and defend myself.
Hang on. All 3 of us reach for the dagger at the same time. We all got a hold of it trying to pull it out. Nick, you see this, the result of your actions. Rohan, you're watching all of this take place.
Oh man.
I'll put a
I'm
hand
just-
on Rohan,
I'm just.
especially if I can feel the tension from him. And
Yeah.
I'll be like, I'll just whisper to him real quiet. Let them fight each other.
Joe?
Yes. Kill them all. Yes. Yes, this is exciting.
All right, Gareth, you can pull your weapon. Mason, strength check between you and I for who gets the dagger. Standard of 13.
Tim,
Yeah.
my raider that I'm playing, while those guys are trying to reach for the knife, is trying to take the money.
Okay. Ace, what about you? What about your raider? What are you doing?
I see Joe's raider trying to take the money, and I create a bigger distraction.
What are you going to do?
I take my drink and smash it on the head of the person closest to me.
Let's see here. How many of us are there? There's
5?
5. Okay. Nick will roll 1 through 5. Mason's 1. Joe is 2. I am 3. Gareth is 4. And who else rolled? Is it just the 5 total?
I rolled.
Yeah, it's just 5 total.
Okay, so on a 5 or a 6, Ace, you get to choose.
All right, ready?
Oh,
Nope. Okay, I thought I was
Yeah.
rolling.
no, there you go. Nick or Ace, you choose. Who you gonna smash that drink into?
I haven't seen all the rolls yet.
No, that it's just mine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So on a 5 or a 6,
you choose.
all right,
You got
I'm
3
gonna
guys
go
fighting,
with.
and one trying to steal the money.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Once
go with the person nearest to Joe's raider. Who is that?
above it's me, below it's Mason. That's Mason.
All right, Mason, you're getting a fistful of drink.
Fucking mug comes crashing on your head. My raider goes, ha ha! Pulls the dagger out of the table. Gareth, at this time, you get your weapon out.
All right. Because Mason's the one that lunged first, I'm going for him.
Okay, and we'll just leave it there. It is a fucking mess. Atacrow, congratulations.
Thank you.
My raider get the money? Or
Yeah, sure, Joe. In the middle of all of this, he fucking takes the table full.
Can I swipe some before he takes it all
How are you going to get up there and do that?
with my mage hand?
You
It has
already
extra abilities because of my spell rogue. I
anything
can steal stuff with it.
anything else you need to roll or do or anything?
Sleight of hand again.
Go for it.
19.
Oh yeah.
oh, damn.
Let's see here. You go ahead and walk off with 2 gold, 6 silver, and 3 copper.
Sweet. Thank
And
you.
someone's drink.
And someone's drink. Yes, there you go. Yeah,
Perfect.
an ale. Just all floating away.
I will pass that over to Rohan again.
Lawrence, you see this debacle taking place over there. The bartender isn't paying too much attention to it, but he is keeping an eye.
I will just like bark. Now, well, like so, like they're not really like engaging with our men. They're just kind of like they're like, just
killing
Baruch.
each other.
Yeah, yeah. I would just like make sure like the bark at like my group would just be like, hey, hold back, let them focus on this. I'll get back to kind of reading, and if the barkeep has anything to say, I'll listen to them.
Okay. So he's cleaning a glass, and he comes over to you. Koch, Edelbrim, and Voldasaris, you sat at the bar, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You guys can hear this. Baruch, you're at the bar too, so the only 2 that are not are Atacrow and Rohan. They're having a good time watching these raiders kill each other. But the bartender leans into you, Lawrence, and he goes, I hate it when they do this. It's every day. I wish they'd leave this town.
Tell me what happened here.
Hey, Tim.
Yeah.
If I'm watching this bar fight and I see the one guy steal the coin purse, I'm going to keep an eye on him and to see where he goes.
Fair enough. Okay. We'll get back to that in a minute. The bartender looks to you, Lawrence, and he goes, they've been here for weeks. They came in the middle of the night, killed the magistrate, and claimed the town. What could we do against it? We had nothing.
How many are staying in the town?
Well, sir, if you want rooms for the night, I highly recommend getting the rooms in the top floor. Those are 11 gold. But if you go for the bottom floor, it's a little more expensive at 13.
Okay. So 24 people.
But there's more. I just don't have room for him.
Gotcha. Jotting this down. Hold on.
But maybe on the 12th, I might. He goes back to cleaning glasses and stuff, steps away for a minute.
Do?
I will ask to get a room, one of the larger ones, and while they're getting that prepped, I will send who's nearby me, Koch, or like
Koch and
Edelbrim?
Edelbrim are to your right, Baruch and Voldesaris are to your left.
I will just tell Koch and Edelbrim, like, slowly start getting everyone upstairs. Don't make it look obvious. Let's all meet in a room.
The bartender looks to you and he's like, do you need a room for the whole party? Because I can cover that.
I will take that.
Very well. And he slides you a key. Payment on the day you leave.
Sounds good. And I will take the key upstairs, and I'll be like I said, slowly.
Okay. So you're going to go first?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's going to follow behind? If anybody?
I don't think there's an order, just everyone should slowly.
Okay. Got it. Gareth, you take a mental note of what the guy looks like that took the money. Just some red-haired dude dressed in fur.
Does he go anywhere, or is he still sitting at the table?
No, he goes outside while the other guys are killing each other.
When he starts heading outside, I'll pick up my glass and I'll start walking out behind him.
Okay. All right. Is anybody going upstairs?
If I start to see everybody
actually
else
gonna-
going up,
Go ahead, Nick.
if I start to see everybody else going up, I'll kind of nudge Rohan and motion that way.
Okay. Joe, you going to follow?
Yeah,
Okay.
I will.
Ian, what about you?
It was Baruch hitting outside.
Yes.
Well, Koch and I sleep outside anyway, so I'm gonna nudge Koch and say, let's, and
Okay.
I'm gonna get down and follow Baruch.
Koch, are you going along?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. All right, we'll deal with outside in a minute. Everybody else has made their way upstairs. Lawrence, as you watch your men file in, you notice 3 of them are absent.
I'll look at Voldesaris.
Yes.
I'll be like, where are the other 3?
I saw the big one heading for the door.
Go get them. We're not starting any conversation until we're all in the room.
I'll see what I can do.
Okay. Outside. Joe, this is your raider, so you get to play him, okay?
Copy that.
All right. Joe, you're trucking along. You got a bag full of fucking money. You are the
Oh, yeah.
happiest raider in
I'm
the fucking
happy.
camp. Yeah.
I'm gonna start looking at it and go, ooh,
Gareth, you hear him.
50 coins.
He's diving right into this money. What are you gonna do?
What route is he taking? Did he like duck down a back alleyway, or
No.
is he just checking?
No, he's walking down the road.
Which direction, or where is he heading? I should say.
Through the town, continuing through if you guys were to go through the town.
All right, I'll follow him for a little while. I'm also keeping an eye out on what shops are still open, I guess.
All shops are open.
All right.
Yeah.
As soon as I get within like range of him, I'm gonna grab the back of his hood.
Gareth or the raider? Okay. Gareth, you feel a tug on the back of that hood of yours.
I'll look back.
It's Koch.
I'll say, what? I just need to do some shopping.
Koch will point back to the bar. Technically, he's pointing upstairs.
You got Edelbrim standing right there next to him, and you can see Voldasaris coming out of the door. Ace, you can see them about 50 feet up from you.
I'll look at Koch and I'll say, he said to, stagger it. What? Fine.
Do you have horns?
Do I have horns? I
Yeah.
have tusks. I'm an orc.
Okay, I'm grabbing a tusk and we're going.
Oh, hell no. I am not going to allow for that.
You gonna
I'm
pull
tired
back?
of the bullshit.
Yeah, no, he is not grabbing my tusk.
Okay. Koch, he pulls back from you. Voldasaris, you are about halfway to him right now.
If you go with the tusk, then I'm grabbing the collar.
Gareth?
I'll take a half step back at that point if he's lunging for me again.
He's obviously...
And I'll look at Koch and I'll say, hold up. I didn't say I was going to continue. I said we could go back.
Voldasaris, you are now there. Edelbrim, you're in the middle of all of this.
Listen,
I'm just bewildered
everyone.
at this sudden attitude change.
I need everyone to listen.
In the Gentle Giant, yeah.
Lawrence needs us back in the room. He says the conversation cannot begin without all of us.
That pouch of gold is fast disappearing, Baruch.
I'll say, all right, let's go back, and I'll just kind of check over my shoulder to see if I can tell where his final destination is going to be.
Down the road some way. Down in that general direction.
All right.
How far away is he?
The raider?
Yeah.
Oh, he's probably 100 feet away from you guys by now.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah. He's out of reach.
I'll start heading back.
Okay. All right. Baruch, you just got shafted out of some money there, buddy.
And out of entertainment. That's I'll let it stew. I've got other plans. So
fair enough. All right, Voldasaris, you lead them back into the little boulder up to the second floor, into the room where Lawrence and everybody else is waiting.
At this point, I've probably, how big is the room that we have?
You've been in my apartment, about that big.
Okay. I have a map of Avarice, right?
Yes.
Okay. I have unfurled it, and I'm just kind of peering over it. How far is Grendel's Keep from where we are?
So Grendel's Keep would be north.
Yeah.
Way north. Several days travel to Grendel's Keep. You are closer to Crow's Valley than you are there by sight.
Do I know who's in charge? Like, I know that it's I know that it's basically like a massive refugee camp at this point for the Minotaur.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering, do I know if there is like a certain elder or clan chieftain that is like sort of leading the pack? If you don't have that answer right now, you can I know.
Well, yeah, you would know. You know that there are representatives from Browning there, but there are also your clansmen up there as well.
Okay.
Because remember, the Minotaur are there because of certain politicians from Browning. And a few of those would be there trying to mitigate how to bring the Minotaur in. And because of the deal that was made with your family years ago, that's why the politicians are there to work in conjunction.
Okay.
Yeah. So that right there shows you that Browning still honors what's written on paper.
Gotcha. I'm just chewing on some things right now. And I will turn to the group and I will be like, here is the gist of it. There is only 7 of us versus a little less than 40 of them, sitting about 35, exactly 36. I do not like our odds trying to face against them.
Well, how much do you plan on putting into this? Are we staying here to whittle them out, or are we pressing on?
In my opinion, I think that we should press on. But this does give us an interesting opportunity.
I mean, if you want answers to any tactical questions, these are more receptive people to be talking to, and ply with drink versus setting on fire. I'm certain if you get them drunk enough, then they will start spilling secrets.
It might be best. Here is my thought process. Non clearly has a fairly secure foothold in Crow's Valley. I don't think he would be sending out raiding parties to occupy rather than just pillage if he did not expect little resistance and wanted to expand his sphere of influence. That is my general opinion. So therefore he must be looking into the general weaknesses of Browning beyond just the ability to pillage and steal. He's most likely looking to set up a kind of permanent foothold. Which is unfortunate, but it does give us an interesting opportunity.
That being?
If Non truly believes that Avarice has become weak and that Browning doesn't have the strength to put up a solid fight, why not feed into that a little bit? If we try to go to Crow's Valley, and of course I'm not saying that we should not continue our journey, it's probably best that we get to my family's keep on the edge of the valley, at least to sort of quickly gauge the situation. But if Non were to be convinced that this little village would serve as a lucrative point for staging further raids into Avarice, he might come to inspect the whole town himself. And that might give us the perfect opportunity to lure him into a trap.
How does Rohan feel about all this?
Bring Non here? Yes. What do I have to do?
We have to make it as enticing as possible.
From what I've seen of this town, is there anything that would be enticing here?
Are you asking me or asking Lawrence?
I'm asking you, Tim. Sorry.
This is basically an end of the road town. There's not a whole lot here, which leads into what Lawrence is saying, where Non's from the way it looks, Non's taking over settlements and small villages that offer little to no resistance.
Does this place have any strategic value?
0. With the exception of it being the last settlement before you go into the Western Front.
So this place is like out in the open. It's not up like in a valley, in a valley up against a cliff or anything like that.
No, small, low, rolling hills. Yeah.
would Non the Quiet be interested in like certain exotic game?
I don't know. Would Koch know anything about Non?
Right.
Give me a history check, Mason. We'll set it at 15. As they're
No.
discussing, yeah, nothing would come to mind.
There's a bird outside.
Sure.
Would Koch voice that opinion though? Like, is non interested in an exotic game? Like,
I don't
I
know.
I don't know if like Lawrence would like know that,
It,
but like
it would probably be like, is Non Hunter?
like I'd just be like, that might be a good option, you know.
Sean, intelligence.
Just straight intelligence. No
Yeah,
history?
at
Okay.
12.
Okay, gotcha. Oh no, I don't know.
Okay.
Oh,
never
look,
mind.
there's a bird on the window still.
Yeah.
Well,
hey, there is.
But I mean, I will say that that's definitely a solid option, though. I mean, perhaps if he's interested in some sort of hunting ground, we could try to entice him with a quite the kill.
Adacro, you've been quiet through all this. How's
I
he
was gonna say,
feeling?
Rohan, you're our resident non-expert.
Yeah.
Atticro would be listening, but this doesn't really concern him as much as other things.
Got it. Joe, give me history real quick. Difficulty 12.
Five.
None of you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh,
roads go
goodness.
up and down. Hey, there's that bird up there also. Check it out. That's amazing. Yeah.
I mean, the only thing Rohan would like say about Nan is he loves easily seized territory. He likes anything that is an easy target. Is there a way we could feed information to this group about weaknesses in Browning that would entice him to come here? That's what I think we need to bring him here.
Voldaceris, intelligence, please. This will be the last chance, guys.
I mean, which comes worse, we can ask the ogres.
I'm trying here.
Nope, no worries.
Ah,
Okay, so Voldaceris, you, as everybody's talking, it just kind of pops back in your head. When Koch asks non-hunter, the boule come into your mind. When talk of exotic animals come in, the boule pop back into your head again. How the hell Non got those, you don't know, but that kind of answers Koch's question. Is he a hunter? Yes. Is he into exotic creatures and animals? Definitely yes, because he has 3 boulets.
Ah, yes. Boule.
Boule.
Definitely desires boule.
Boule.
They are the creme of the crop to him.
2 XP, Ace. Thank you very much.
okay. So I'm formulating a plan here in the back of my mind. What if? Okay.
To re-solidify your thoughts, Sean, he
Yeah.
controls ogres.
Yeah.
Somehow he is able to control ogres. Quite a few of them. Gnolls are understood. Goblins are even more understood. Humans as well. But the ogres in the boule really stick out to you. It takes a little more than gentle persuasion to get those things on your side.
Okay, I'm going to talk out in mechanical terms, but you can sort of imagine I'm speaking of this in fantasy terms.
Yep.
what can Koch turn into, druid wild shape wise?
So I have one thing in mind that may be a little bit exotic.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna turn into a raptor again?
No.
Hmm.
I mean, could you turn into an Allosaurus?
Uh, think bigger.
T-Rex?
Tarask.
I don't think he turned to Tarask, fortunately.
Maybe a
The-
miniature one.
I can turn into a Quetzalcoatlus.
The hell is
Mm.
that?
All right, now
It's
who's being
kind of
racist?
like a
It's
pteranodon.
it's a winged feather creature. It's
Mm.
Aztec, I think.
But okay, gotcha. Okay, okay. All right. Wait, can you turn into a flying creature yet as a druid? I don't know.
I mean, if it's a wild shape, if it's a flying creature, then
Well, the thing is with wild shape druids that they get creatures with
Nope,
swim
it's
speed
not
and
till
flying
level 8.
speed at
Okay.
later levels because swim speed and flying speed are.
So no flying till level 8.
I
Got
think
it.
though you could turn to an Allosaurus though, if we're
I could.
going off mechanics. And honestly, with a little bit of magic, we could probably put on quite the stage performance. To say it's some sort of fire-breathing beast, perhaps a primordial dragon. Um, so here's what I'm saying. I'm thinking is that maybe even we don't even need to get Non here, right? If we could somehow convince these ogres that we are hey, we'll go into your territory and we will deliver this information and we can probably escort Non to these hunting grounds. And then the minute we get back into Avorian territory, they just get surrounded by a force of hopefully both like soldiers from my house as well as maybe some supplemental Minotaur forces if we can write to Grendel's Keep to rally a unit together. And maybe we can convince Non, hey, if we're going to be moving you into the territory, we need to have a small party, right, to get you inside. And so the minute he crosses the border, he just gets surrounded by an overwhelming force, and then we can just put the locks on him, send him back to Browning, and be done with his. And hopefully, his fucking faction just collapses from the power vacuum left by him.
It's a big hope.
His
I mean,
lady may
Yeah.
take over in his steed.
Well, if we could convince her to come as well, then that would give us a good opportunity. If we could take out both of them, then it's very possible that I very much doubt anyone else within his ranks is going to be able to hold together this ragtag group of gnolls, ogres, and various other ne'er-do-wells. Right? I think that he's if I understand the situation correctly, I very much doubt that another human's going to be able to step up and be like, I got this. All right? He seems kind of a once-in-a-generation figure on this case. I could be wrong. I mean, I'm sure that's not going to be that easy. I'm sure there's going to be cleanup, right? But I think this is mostly a cult of purpose personality. They seem to be very infatuated with him.
So his entire bandit crew will just disperse when he and his lady are gone.
Maybe not disperse, but factionalize. Split off into 100 groups. Maybe there would be a little bit more danger on the roads for a few months, but I doubt that they'll be able to coalesce into anything even remotely as powerful as they seem to be now.
It's a solid plan.
Yeah. And who knows, maybe even the hunting thing is not the best angle. If we can figure out something that would entice Non even more so than the promise of a once-in-a-lifetime hunt, then we could go with that. But it just needs to be something that can be convincing, and it has to be something that Non wants and does not have. We probably couldn't convince him by saying that there's just a carriage of gold coming. I already imagine he's collected enough treasure to where even a single carriage would not draw him out. It has to be something unique, something he needs, something
So
he feels he
basically,
needs.
we need bait, or we need to bilk these idiots for information.
Yeah.
Find out what Non is looking for.
So let's start there. Start digging around, see if you can't find anything of use. Figure out why they're so deep into this territory and why they're setting up a permanent occupation rather than just stripping the town bare and setting fire to the houses.
Anybody else got anything to say?
Is Atticro still here?
Yeah, I think he
Yeah, he's
might
still
be
here.
asleep though.
He's just kind of bored with this.
I'll be like, I'll snap my finger. I'll be like, Atticro,
What? I'm here. I'm awake.
find the captain's quarters. Sneak in, see if you can't find any letters, any documentation describing what they're doing here. Specifics.
Before he even finishes, I'll have already snuck out the window.
Okay.
Yep, he's done with this meeting. I'll look at Lawrence and I'll say, all right. But if he's going to look in the captain's quarters, I guess I got to go make some friends downstairs.
Good luck.
I'm gonna head downstairs. I'm gonna head to the group that was fighting, that was gambling and fighting. I'm gonna see if there's any survivors.
Okay. So Atticro is out the window. Baruch is heading downstairs. Lawrence, where are you directing everybody else?
I am actually okay. So I'm going to send Koch and Adelbrim if it's okay with them, unless they have a better idea. I would like them to search the local area and see if there isn't within a little bit within the general area, if there isn't like a good strategic place to lure Non when the time comes, like maybe a nearby valley that we could just like flank them on two sides and lead them into a trap, a dense thicket, anything like that. See if they can't find something of use.
Edelbrim and Koch, how do you guys feel about that?
I'm fine with that.
Unless you guys have something better that you think would be more useful to look into. Edelbrim, Koch?
Edelbrim?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay.
Ian?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So they go out. You have Rohan and Voldasaris left in the room with you.
I'll just look at him and be like, make friends. Talk around. See if you can't milk any information. I trust your judgment. And I'll look at Rohan and I'll be like, play nice. To the best of your ability, at least.
Joe?
I will. Now, Tim, there are other raider groups here other than Nons, right?
Just Nons.
Just Nons, okay.
Yeah. So far you've noticed ogres, goblins, human raiders, and gnolls.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I thought there were other groups.
I think they're like all sworn to Non, but they might be like different tribes.
Right. If they have the black bandana, it may have different designs or symbols or whatever on them, but if it's black, they belong to Non.
Okay.
Yeah, they are under his control.
Wait, is it black? I thought it was red.
No, it's black.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, Rohan, are you heading out too?
Yeah, and I know it's the black that is Nons, like his people, and I'm going to look to make friends with people who have other decorations on the black scarf.
Okay. Voldasaris, you're the last in here. What are you doing?
I shall do as Lawrence has instructed and go out and make friends and find what I can find.
Okay. Everybody has left the room. Lawrence, you are left in there alone.
Ooh, do I know when my falcon's getting back? roughly?
You expect it back at some point tomorrow.
Okay, some point tomorrow.
Some
That
point
sounds great.
tomorrow.
Um, hmm. I am. I'll probably also go out and try, but for now, I'm probably gonna take some time to just kind of study my maps,
Hmm.
and see if I can't, like, in the same way Edobrim and Koch are looking for. I'm like just looking at like geographical terrain of the area. I'm trying to see like, okay, if we just got like a unit of Minotaur men, how long would it take them to get from Grendel's Keep down to the Straven Fort, or at least the general area? Like,
To go from Grendel's Keep to the Straben Fort, less than a
yeah,
day, maybe a day at max.
okay, gotcha. So the Minotaur Keep is kind of far from here, but like it evens out when it gets to Crow
Yeah,
Valley, right?
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So like even like if I wanted them to try like I
Because
guess
see, they'd be heading straight down if they're coming toward the town, Jordan, where you're at.
yeah,
That's where it will take more than a day.
yeah, I guess also probably like probably more open terrain,
Hmm.
whereas like the
Yeah,
Dwarf Forest. I
yeah.
I guess also another question is like, do the Minotaur? I mean, how battle ready are they? Like, I mean, it's probably.
Oh, they are. They
Mhm.
are. They're chomping at the bit. I mean, with what you saw with Garrin and his sons, if that's any indication of what the Minotaur are still capable of, they
Okay.
are formidable fighters. That part they have not lost.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, we will leave the main party there for a moment. As a prologue, let's go ahead and move to Crom.
All right.
It is a downpour. You are on the main road. I believe you were heading to the castle, correct? To
Yes.
Browning? Yeah. It is pouring down rain. You and that bear are just a trucking. I don't think you guys are in any big hurry, right?
Uh, Moderate pace. We're not sightseeing, but
Right. Yeah. You know that around this time the festival would be over. The roads usually would be full of people coming out, but with the rain and stuff like that, it's less than normal, right? Because a lot of people are just kind of staying in, waiting for the rain to go. But you make your way up to the front gates on the west side of the city. There's a guard standing there. He is drenched to the bone. He does not look happy at all. And he just kind of sees you and looks at
uh,
you and he's like, "It's raining, man. What do you need?"
uh, I am still in full armor, and I've got my axe just slung over my shoulder, and I'm gonna walk up straight up to him and I'm gonna say, I am here to see Korg.
What? Korg? Korg is dead. Where have you been? In the
Uh,
mountains?
I'm gonna reach inside my armor and I'm gonna pull out I guess will be an imperial signet, and I'm gonna say, yes, I am here to see Korg
He looks at that.
and Regal if he's around.
He kind of pokes his head up at that for a minute and he says, "Can I see that?"
I'll hold it out to him.
He looks and he says, "Hang on just a second." Like his whole demeanor has changed. He goes, excuse me, back to the door, the guard shack door, opens it up, and you can kind of sort of hear what he's saying. He's saying something about, "Hey, go get Regal. This is important." And shuts the door and he comes back to you and he says, "Come out of the rain. Come over here." There's a small awning where soldiers would stand, and he's motioning for you to come there.
I'll step over.
Okay. Wait here. And he walks inside. Several minutes go by. Um, Mason and Ian, the brothers, catch wind of this. This message is intercepted from soldier to soldier, guard to guard as it goes through, and one of those guards just happens to be one of the ones that is loyal to you. And the message that I will repeat, this guard does repeat to the both of you. The guards, as the messages go through and all that stuff, the one guard into the city comes up to Regal and he says, "My lord," and he stops and gives a curt bow. He says, "There is a gentleman at the gates requesting to speak to Korg." Regal is sitting there going through some kind of paperwork with Uter, uh, and he looks up and he goes, "What?" And the guard says, "Yes, he is here to see Korg." And Regal stands and he turns and looks to Uter, Joe. Uter would be as confused as Regal is, because both of you know that Korg has been dead for years. And Regal looks to the guard and he says, "What does this man look like?" And the guard goes into the description of Crom. What, you're half orc? Is that right?
Yes, I am a half orc, stand 7'10", just shy of 500 pounds, and I've got straight white hair, weathered greenish skin, golden eyes. I currently have the that partial face mask on that covers up that gouge out of his face,
Mm-hmm.
for just to be polite. I'm
Yeah.
wearing it, but other than that, he is still in. He is in his old armor that would look like it's an antique, but any military person would be able to look at it and tell that this is a fully functioning suit of armor that has been well cared for.
Joe, as Uter, with the description that is given, you've never met Crom, but you know the stories. You know who he is. He is one of the heroes of the Second Armor-Clad War. And Regal will turn, drop the quill from his hand, and he'll look directly at you, almost in like a, "Can this be real?" kind of look.
Yeah, that's what Uter will say. He'll go, "Could it be? Could Crom be here?"
Hold fast, Uter. Prepare the queen. I will go find out for myself.
As you wish.
He turns to the guard and he says, "Take me to this man." And the guard says, "Absolutely." Turns around and they both leave. Mason and Ian, the brothers, you are receiving this information as Regal is being led to the city gates. More minutes go by. Crom, as you stand out there, I assume you wouldn't be impatient.
Oh no! If living for 100 years on top of a mountaintop has taught me anything, it's patience.
Right. But finally, the guard door opens, and the one guard that motioned for you, that you spoke to in the beginning, steps out. And within a couple of seconds, Regal steps out. He's as tall as you. But the last time you saw him, he didn't have a broken horn. Now one of his horns is broken completely off. His armor is still the same, though it's been repaired with dents. It's still as shiny as it can be. And he steps out and he looks, and you see him just kind of look at you in confusion for a moment. And he goes, "Can it be? Crom? Is that you?"
Don't tell me your eyes are as bad as your horns now. Of course
He,
it's me.
he gives a big smile and he says, "The last I saw you, you had color in your hair."
Eh, some things change.
He comes over and gives you a very warm embrace, pats you,
I'll return it.
pats you hard on the back, and he goes, "Crom, it is good to see you again."
I figure throwing the king's name out would get a response faster than anything.
You have no idea Come inside. Get out of this rain. And he looks over your shoulder. He goes, "Is that yours?" And he points to the bear.
I'll say, yes, Griselda is my traveling companion.
Then she comes and eats too. Please come inside. And he leads you and Griselda in, and we will end it there.